I'm a 21 female with divorced parents. My dad cheated on my mom when I was 10 and left us to marry his co-worker, Kay. I'd like to add that it was me who walked in on my father and Kay in my parents' marital bed. In the weeks that followed the incident, my pregnant mother ended up miscarrying. Dad soon moved out and filed for divorce, stating that he was in love with Kay and that she was pregnant. My mother was inconsolable. Kay soon gave birth to my half-sister S, after which she married my dad. I remember I always hated going to my dad's place. I remember being miserable whenever I was around them. I never had a bond with S and never considered her to be my sister. Anyway, I visited Dad every other weekend till I was 15 and then moved to another country with my mom where she met P. P was an amazing guy who made my mother smile again. They ended up getting married and my mom gave birth to my twin brothers. When I moved to the new country, I cut off contact with Dad. I was supposed to visit them every Christmas, but after my brothers were born, I felt like I finally had a real family, and I chose to spend my holidays with my mom, P, and little brothers. Well, last year, S was diagnosed with advanced leukemia. I did feel sorry for her, but I was not in any way affected by the news. Call me heartless, but for me, it was like some neighborhood kid getting sick. I felt guilty about my feelings because I'm very protective towards my brothers, and the mere thought of any harm coming to them makes me anxious. She finally passed away on the morning of my 21st birthday. Now, for my 21st, I had a big party planned. I went through with the party and had a great time. I was careful about not posting pics on my social media, but a friend ended up posting the pics on her Facebook. She tagged me in the pictures, and my dad's family ended up coming across them. I was clearly having a great time in the pics, with no hint of sadness. Well, Kay saw red. She made a Facebook post bashing me for celebrating my sister's death and being inconsiderate to my devastated father's feelings. She also wished death upon me. I finally had enough and proceeded to make a lengthy Facebook post detailing all the hurtful things they did to hurt me and my mother. I stated that my father was dead to me and that I wanted nothing to do with that family anymore. Lastly, I added that although it was sad that S was dead, I never considered her my sister and wasn't really affected by her death, and that they had no right to come at me for living my life and celebrating my birthday. I ended up blocking all of them. Today, my mom told me that I was insensitive and that I shouldn't have made the post disowning my dad and dead half-sister. I feel like I did the right thing. I'm happy being 100% no contact and don't feel any guilt for celebrating my birthday or for the post. I was tired of their crap. Am I the idiot? I kind of think yes, the idiot, for making this all public through Facebook. This weird public shaming culture is awful in my opinion. OP sucks less than K, but we could keep in mind K is grieving, so definitely not rational. Edit for OP's comments elsewhere. Also, OP very publicly and loudly told a grieving mom how unimportant her daughter's life and death was. It's not a good look, squaring up to a freshly aggrieved mom. I know OP feels provoked, and I don't even think she is necessarily wrong for feeling as she does about the child. But of all the people who deserve some leeway for bad emotional behavior, parents of dead children are at the top of the list. OP, you're getting some good validation from this post, but you should know it will play very differently for people who have any emotional stake. Even your mom, the person most wronged in the divorce, thinks it's wrong. I find your glib attitude to it really off-putting. Me and my daughter used to be best friends. We did everything together. She truly was the light of my life. But things started to change in her teens. Moodiness, lashing out, lies, etc. I just thought it had to do with her age, that she would grow out of it. I really tried everything. Family therapy, long talks about how much I loved her. None of it worked. She would either roll her eyes back or spit more of her venom. My husband works really long hours and isn't of much help, to be honest. My husband is white. I am black, and my daughter is mixed. But she looks white. She really takes after her father. This is relevant. I really don't know what I did wrong, but her dislike for me began to become pure hatred. She would question all the time how someone like me could be her mother, when she was white and I was black. At some point, she even demanded a DNA test. I said sure, if she paid for it. She was not pleased with the results. She is 17 now and has begun dating this white boy, and she is head over heels for him. She refused to let me meet him and told me that having a jobless racial slur for a mother truly ashamed her. I am a stay-at-home mom. I don't think I have ever experienced such pain. Long story short, I couldn't take her abuse anymore and decided to go back to my family in Cuba. My daughter couldn't be bothered to even say goodbye to me. A few days ago, I received a message from my daughter asking for forgiveness. Lots of how she can't fit, is in a really dark place, and lots of excuses. It may sound cold, but I don't want to see her face. I don't care about her apologies. I thought I had made the right decision, but my husband thinks I should really hear her out and forgive her. My family has been harassing me to go back to Miami and make peace with her, especially Mother. And friends have been reaching out and have even called me a crappy mom for not forgiving her and how I must have done something for her to behave like she did. My anxiety has been over the roof. I am back on my pills now. Is this really my fault? Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. As a mixed person, I would never say that to my black parent and would never say that to anyone, period. She is your daughter, so I wouldn't kick her out of your life forever. Not that you were implying that, but remember this and don't forgive her right away. I would suggest therapy or time away for yourself. Also, you are not a crappy mom. My 33 male, fiance's 27 female, cousin, 28 female, is getting married early next year. For context, her cousin is generally very nice, and we've spent time with her in larger and smaller gatherings. She is also fairly fit, not a health nut by any means, but certainly exercises regularly, biking, hiking, climbing, etc. She does also have a body build type that's just not skinny. Not that it really matters, but important for context. 2 weeks ago, my fiancé and I were over at fiancé's parents' house for dinner, along with her cousin. Fiancé brought up she was looking for a dress, and cousin told her to avoid one store in particular. Cousin ordered her dress a year ago, and when placing the order, had ordered it 2 sizes smaller than her size at the time, because she was going to lose the weight prior to the wedding. As it turns out, when she went back to the store with her mother the week before our dinner, not only had she not lost the weight, but she had gained some. When she couldn't fit the dress, she and her mother demanded refunds, which the store refused. As a result, her mother had to pay for $2,000 in alterations to make the dress wearable, and cousin and her mother left a couple negative online reviews for the store once they left. As she's trashing the store and employees, I said it's unfortunate, but I didn't see how it was the store's responsibility to refund a custom order. She then asked if I was calling her fat, to which I obviously said you're not fat, but I didn't think it was fair to leave negative reviews of the store for something that wasn't their fault. Cousin then left, and my fiancé is now mad at me because I made it awkward between her and her cousin. Am I the a-hole? Edit. To answer some of the questions that came up in the comments. In terms of my closeness, my fiancé sees cousin maybe once every 4 months, and we've taken turns hosting each other for dinners beyond the holiday get-togethers. She didn't ask for my opinion, and when I spoke up, it was during a 10-minute rant. My exact words were, "Sorry to hear it, cousin, that sucks, but it was a custom order, right?" I wasn't intending to reference directly or indirectly her weight, but that's what she heard apparently. My significant other didn't get mad because she agrees with cousin's behavior. It's that I shouldn't have said anything because it wasn't going to be taken well, as a lot of you pointed out. I appreciate the feedback. Consensus seems to be that I should have just kept my mouth shut. If she hadn't said she and her mother left negative online reviews of the store, I probably wouldn't have said anything, but lesson learned for next time. Not the idiot. This woman's inability to lose weight isn't the store's fault or issue to deal with. Leaving negative reviews for this reason is ridiculous and entitled behavior. She then asked if I was calling her fat. The fact she said this makes me think that she's really insecure about her weight. Her weight and fatness has nothing to do with the situation, as the store would still deny her a refund whether she was skinny or fat. It sounds like she's hurt that her fitness plans didn't work. A possibility is that she wants the store to give her a refund to compensate for her own failures. I say this as only a possibility because that would be making some massive assumptions. So, I know it sounds bad, but here's my backstory. I, 33 female, got pregnant 10 months ago with my daughter. My wife and I were beyond excited. After we announced it, my sister-in-law started to kind of buddy up to me. I thought she was just being supportive, but it got weirder as time went on. Here's a bit on my sister-in-law. She's 36, married to my wife's brother. She's had lots of miscarriages due to her weight, is almost infertile, and has been trying to get pregnant since she was 30. Husband wants to adopt, try IVF, but she refuses. It started to get strange when she tried to come to all my doctor's appointments. We live close to each other, and she said I would need the support during my pregnancy. I decided because obviously my wife will be coming with me, and I didn't need sister-in-law there. I shrugged these off as just her trying to get involved, and I sympathized with her effort to get pregnant. She kept trying to shove herself into my pregnancy, though. She would show up to my house with names all picked out, or talk about how maybe she could help deliver the baby, or just try and touch my belly at every family gathering. At this point, both brother-in-law and my wife stepped in and asked her to stop. She burst into tears, hurt because she was just being supportive and kind. She laid low for a while, besides doing the odd small weird thing here and there. In my last few weeks before the birth, however, she became an emotional wreck, yelling at us, at brother-in-law, at my parents and parents-in-law, begging us to let her adopt our baby. We were fed up and just cut her off until after I gave birth, which she luckily didn't try and show up for. Fast forward a month. We're in the hospital after my daughter was having trouble breathing. It was a super stressful thing, so my in-laws came to be there with us. It wasn't until sister-in-law basically told us that if I was her parent, I wouldn't let my child get this sick and possibly die. And I snapped. I told her that it wasn't her gosh dang child. No matter how hard she tried to get involved, she is not her mother and she never will be. So if she wants a child that bad, she could find a way to get her own. She proceeded to have a full mental breakdown right in the middle of the hospital, causing her to pass out. All my in-laws and wife are on my side, saying she was out of line and I was just stressed, but I feel they aren't being totally honest. I also feel guilty, but haven't apologized for what I said. So, am I the idiot for yelling at my sister-in-law and causing a mental breakdown? Not the idiot. She sounds mentally unstable, and everything she's done is really gut-wrenching. I'm sorry you have to deal with her at such a special time for you. Do what you need to do to cut her out of your life until she's gotten help or proves she can control herself. My husband Joe and I have been married for a few years. He has a teenage son, Jack, with his ex-wife, Kim. Joe and I have a great relationship with Jack, who lives with us half of the time, and we are civil with Kim. For a couple of years now, Jack has been into a sport that I am also into, and last year he decided to train in that sport seriously. He has been doing very well, so as a reward and to encourage him further, I decided that for his birthday this month, I would buy him an important equipment used in our sport. He has always wanted one himself, and if things go well, it will be with him for the next 10 years, so I know he will be very happy with it. Yesterday, Kim called me and told me what gift she will be getting Jack. We do this now to avoid getting him the same gift, which has happened before. I told her that I got Jack the equipment for our sport. She was quiet for a while, and then asked me if I would get another gift for Jack's birthday and just give him the equipment in October. Kim said that she knows Jack will absolutely love my gift, so if he gets my gift and her gift at the same time, her gift will be upstaged by mine, and all of Jack's attention will be on my gift. She said she has been saving for Jack's gift for a while, so she would like to see him be happy and thrilled about her gift. and that is not likely to happen if Jack receives our gifts at the same time. I understand where Kim is coming from, but to me, it doesn't seem right to treat giving gifts to Jack as a competition for his attention or affections that we have to resort to taking turns. Why can't we both give him our gifts and make him as happy as he could be on his birthday? A day that is supposed to be about him and not about us. Not the idiot. I'll probably be downvoted for this, but I can actually understand her feeling a bit heartbroken that she scrimped and saved for a gift, and now his stepmom's bought him something that sounds fairly expensive and so impressive that it will leave hers in the dust. I don't think you need to wait until October, and you certainly don't have to get him another gift. But just to compromise, could you tell your stepson that you'll give it to him the day after his birthday? Edit. Jack celebrated his birthday in September. I told him that I'm sorry, but my gift for him was shipped late and wouldn't be arriving in 2 weeks. That way, it didn't look like Kim made me do it, and the two of them had time to enjoy Kim's gift. Kim thanked me for understanding her situation and said she is grateful that I was gracious about her request, even though we don't have the best relationship. It was humbling for Kim to ask me what she did, and it also took a lot for me to let her have it. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a better relationship for the three of us. I didn't put a lot of specific details in my post, but yes, I bought Jack a horse. My family has a horse farm, so a place where you can hide a horse for 2 weeks is thankfully not a problem. Jack already met his new partner last week, and he is very happy with him.